Okay, Rick, we're live.
Okay, thanks, Vance. My name is Rick Pinsnow. I'm up here in Vermont. My pleasure to welcome you to the RAIN International Conference call on this Monday evening. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules. And you may want to grab a pen and have something to write on, because one of our speakers tonight, along with myself, is Vance Alford. He's a longtime 20-plus year friend. He's also a 35-year veteran of the network marketing industry. He's spoken at many states in these United States, and also including Canada and Japan. He's recognized for his lead-in advertising agency, which he's run for a little bit longer than as long as I've known him, 25 years, I guess, at this point. But he knows the industry very well. He knows how to recruit people. He's brought in 6,000 paying distributors in his career, and leading, moving forward with that rapidly here in RAIN, along with some of the other people that are on the call this evening. But just glad you're all here. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to Vance and let him run with it here for a while. Vance, all yours.
Rick, as usual, thank you, and thank you for helping me with the call. I'm going to bring Rick back up in the second half of the call, and he will address the company and a little bit about how we get paid and the timing. And I want to say welcome to all our guests tonight. This call is for you. And we'd like to say thank you to our RAIN partners for all their support they give us during these calls. And always, and last but not least, say a hello and shout out and thank you to the RAIN staff for working hard for all of us every day. Well, Rick and I are distributors for RAIN International. We do not get paid to do these calls. We're not given a script. We just share our point of view and experiences and our gut feeling about this company, and we share some of the testimonies we've seen. So we're really on your side of the table. So we're explaining to you why we like this company, why we love this product, the future and the potential that we see in this company and this fantastic product. So if you don't already know, we're RAIN International. Our flagship product is Soul Wellness. Our company is the only company in our industry that is 100% dedicated to seeds. We are a pioneer in what we're doing with seeds. We are all together. It's really a new frontier. We're panning for gold. We are setting the stage. We are the leaders. We're the world leader in seed nutrition. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is this product and this company and how you can use it for the benefit of your body, and if you're interested in a business opportunity, how you can see the enormous potential in this product to make a second or full-time income backed by a wonderful company. So I wanted to start off tonight and tell you something that they started a meeting off with this weekend that I want to touch a little bit on in this call. But the first thing they announced to us at this RAIN meeting was, it's very simple, but if you don't remember anything else I say tonight or Rick says, I want you to remember this, and this is really what it all boils down to. And it's seeds are nature's purest and most powerful form of nutrition. Seeds are the genesis of life. That's everything that we stand on with this company. That's why we're so excited. That's where we're going, where nobody's gone before with this proprietary product, and why we're so excited about it. But the meeting I wanted to touch on is, and the reason I wanted you to know that Rick and I, especially I'm speaking to our guests, are on your side of the table. So I had an opportunity this weekend to go to some advanced training in Utah, where RAIN International is located. So I've been to the top of the mountain. I've been to Mecca. I can tell you that I have seen everything. I've seen the operation. I've heard from all of the officers of the company. I have met all of the staff, and I was enormously impressed with their integrity and their knowledge and their work experience and their passion for your health and for your ability to make money. It's all there. I just cannot tell you how impressed I was with the entire company. The other thing that we had a great opportunity to be exposed to were people in the industry, doctors, financial investors, people with an enormous amount of knowledge about seeds and have had personal hands-on experience with this product. Again, I was completely blown away. I'm going to be frustrated tonight because there is no way, as much as I'd like to be able to tell you everything I learned about this product, how it affects the parts of your body, what it does in your blood, in your brain, the tens of thousands of studies that have been done on the ingredients that are in this product. It was so fascinating. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to share all that with you, and I'm going to try to stay on track, but I can just tell you that I went to Utah 100% believer in this product. I've seen my friends, the changes in their lives, in my life, in my family's life. So I was a believer, but when I got there and now that I'm home, I am so much more of a believer and knowledgeable. Like I said, I wish I could share it all with you. But I do want to touch on one of the doctors that spoke to us, Dr. Wright. He's also a student of biochemistry. So again, some of the things he touched on were a little complicated, but he made it very easy for us to understand. And what this product, Soul, with these seeds does inside your body, it just works little miracles in so many different ways. But he was a doctor. We were talking about this before the call officially started. And our industry is network marketing. That's what we do. And some professionals, they still may not have an understanding of how legitimate and powerful this industry is. And a lot of doctors don't even like to talk to pharmaceutical reps anymore. So it's just they're very busier than ever. Insurance has changed. But this particular doctor just said, nope, not going to do it. Got exposed to it, and now he is the biggest believer you could imagine. His practice goes through 8 to 10 cases of Soul a week. So that's about 180 to 200 boxes a week. And he documented, this was he had PowerPoint slides where he documented his treatment. Now, these were his patients. And his personal testimonies, he was a big athlete, so a lot of his testimony resulted around he's not taking any more protein shakes, he's not taking creatine, he's not taking any supplements for pre-workout, after workout. He takes one Soul before and after he works out. He says not only does it eliminate his soreness and he recovers, he doesn't even need the protein or the creatine to help pump up his muscles. But he's talked about treating patients for cholesterol. We had some unbelievable stories about blood pressure falling 50, 60, 70 points. I believe one was 190 and it went down to like 110 or 120, almost 70 or 80 points this blood pressure fell. Acne, pain, used for pain medicine after surgery. I know Rick can attest to that. Burns used for stress, for mental issues, anxiety. He thinks it has a tremendous calming effect on the brain. He treats people with diabetes with it. He had some incredible stories about pregnancy and mothers having larger babies and the quantity and the quality of their chromium and their milk, and just, and people that were there in the audience had as many as like 25 grandchildren and had been through all these pregnancies with their daughters, and the daughter that was on Soul that had a pregnancy unlike any of the other 25 grandchildren that were born. So just one amazing thing right after the other. He also said there's like 300 direct sale or private label products that he likes to use for certain cases and prescribe to people. But he said Soul worked and agreed with 95 to 98% of his patients. So that was one of the most interesting things that we heard. The other thing, I know Rick's going to touch on this, but we heard from the investment banker that's behind the company. We have a private equity outfit as well as an investment bank that is behind this company. They never do network marketing companies. They took Rain looked at it up and down and under the microscope. And not only did they want to do it, a lot of the people that work there also put their money in it. So they stood behind it. That was a very interesting segment that we were able to hear from the investment banker. But we heard from Dr. Blaine Chambers, we heard from the president, we heard from the vice president, we heard this testimony after testimony. So, I always say we can tell you how great this product is, but when you hear how it is really affecting people, it makes all the difference in the world. Well, let me tell you how this product came about, what it can do for you, and then I want to bring Rick up. So our goal is always to try to get you out off this call in 30 minutes. I hope that we're able to do that for you tonight. But you know that we have seeds. That's what we're after, and it came about over really a 15-year span of research, and really the kind of conclusion or apex of this research happened at the University of Minnesota. And what the researchers there and a surgeon and lots of different people that had been working on this, what they were doing at this particular time was looking for, was in the area of cancer, but they wanted to help restore the immune system of children that had been exposed to chemotherapy. Well, they ran the whole gamut, and what they began to see was that seeds were giving them the best results. So they had to isolate which seeds and which ratios and what combinations and how to make this formula, without preservatives, non-GMO, no sugars. It was a tremendous amount of work to make it happen. But the end product that we have today ended up being what we call Soul Wellness. It's a 2-ounce berry-flavored shot that's in its own little package. They're very easy to store, to take with you to work, real convenient just to do it while you're in a car. You're not on the way to work or a bus or on a bicycle, wherever. You don't have to lug around a 64-ounce bottle and open it and close it and find a place for it in the refrigerator. So I really love the way this product is packaged. And when you drink this product, those 2 ounces provide for you a product due to the quality and the type of seeds that we have in this product. It will give you a tremendous amount of relief against inflammation. That's one of the largest things that we hear are most frequent. It's 281 times more potent than aspirin against inflammation. There are 8 to 10 servings of fruit, the equivalent, and the ORAC score. There are 8 to 10 servings of vegetables. There are 9 of the super nutrients, and there are the omegas 3, 6, and 9. We've got D-ribose, which added to this product, which we went over in the training this weekend, and there's some 26,000 studies that have been done on D-ribose alone. That really doesn't get enough credit, but it is an amazing thing that has been added to this product. But the real stars of the show are the black raspberry seed, the Chardonnay grape, and the black cumin seed, which all unto themselves have amazing abilities to do healing properties within them for the body. But when they're put together, what we end up with is this product we call Soul. And one of the things that I got that was out of the training that was real interesting was that they touched on the fact that so many products boast that they have 70 ingredients, and they go on and on, with these magnificent stories, and they really, I don't know, kind of shed a little light on is, what is your body, how's it going to process 75 ingredients, and if it does have 75 ingredients, it's probably just a little fairy dust of this and a fairy dust of that. So they said that, and it really opened my eyes, to have the most powerful type of seeds on earth in this product and have the right ones, and the ones that when are combined together do what this product does, is so much more important to have handpicked the best of the best and to have more of that than just a little bit of things that we've picked up over time that did individual things for people. And that's why this product is very easy to understand. It's very easy to explain, and that kind of leads into the part that Rick's going to pick up for you, talking about the company and the timing. But I will just add the fact that seeds are, and this is coming from me, I think one of the most or possibly the most miraculous thing that God ever did. It is the genesis of life. It is the source of light, and it produces all of our fruit, our trees. It gives us air. It sustains us. It brings forth the past. It preserves the future. Seeds have hundreds of thousands of commands. They know the seasons. They know the color. They know if it's going to be a soft fruit or hard fruit. All the food that the fruit needs to grow is there. All of the food and nutrients that we need is inside that. The DNA, it has its own DNA. It does things for our DNA. So to study the seed is something that's like a never-ending journey, because it is so fascinating. I don't know that we'll ever know everything there is to know about seeds. But what we're doing here at Rain International, I think we know more about it, or as much as anybody on the planet, and that's why we're excited to bring you a product that the seeds, let me just say this before I turn it over to Rick. Another thing I want you to remember tonight, if you don't remember anything else I've said, is that seeds are 20 to 30 times more powerful, gram for gram, than the fruit, the juice, or the pulp. So you can manufacture the seeds if you know how, which we do at Rain International. So if you can take the pulp, drink a glass of orange juice, or take a synthetic vitamin, but if you have the power, 20 to 30 times more powerful in the seed, it's almost like choosing between a Volkswagen and a Ferrari for the same price. So why wouldn't you pick the Ferrari? Because what we're getting from the seeds is much, much more powerful and one of the most nutrient-dense things on planet Earth. So I hope I've convinced you that this is a really good product. I love it. I had one before I got on the call. I make sure I have one every day. My whole family drinks it. It's done wonderful things for me. I wish I had time to give you my testimony. But, Rick, without further ado, I'm going to give it over to you, and I hope I've saved you enough time.
Oh, God, I get plenty of time, Vance. But thank you so much. I just loved the information that you shared with us, especially just coming back from the corporate headquarters. And I wish I would have been with you. My wife just recently had foot surgery, so I'm playing Mr. Mom. But I will be there the next time, if not definitely September, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are planning on going there. But let me tell you a little bit about the company itself. We're currently in 18 markets that I last knew of. They may have added one in the last couple of weeks. They're growing so rapidly. But they've been in business for approximately 3 years, and they did cut their teeth, so to speak, overseas. And they came back to the United States, and they've launched here just last summer, July through August. They did their major launch in September. But the president, Byron Belka, is a 10-year veteran of the network marketing industry, and he was with a previous company, and he was doing extremely well. His forte was international expansion. He traveled around the world opening foreign markets for that company, and he left that company primarily because a lot of people weren't making the kind of money that they wanted to, and he was, and he felt bad, and he just couldn't change the marketing plan because that company was established. But now he has the upper hand here, so he has had a big part in how this structure and how this pay plan has evolved. But what he did, he came with Rain. He loved the product. The testimonials that Vance had shared with you were just blowing his mind, and he didn't like the direction the company was going. I mean, it was a solid company, but he just felt he could do a better job of it with his expertise. So he bought the company, and he came and he grabbed a couple of investors. One of them owns the manufacturing facility, which was a major reason why I joined the company. And then when I heard one of the other partners owns the software for the back office, which pays the checks and sets all the scheduling, company called Orb6. And Vance had mentioned to you about the financial investors here, the venture capitalists from Wall Street. The company's Hickey Freinhofer, and of course Vance did share that with you, and they're in one of our recent videos too, and just showing there you can tell that they're really happy to be here. And also Vance had mentioned, a lot of people that are involved in those funds have actually put in their money. The comp plan itself, there's 9 ways to get paid. It's a binary, which may not mean a lot to many of you if you're new to the industry, but it's one of the most team-building concepts in the network marketing industry. It doesn't flush volume. There's matching bonuses, coded bonuses, fast starts and matches, and again, maybe things that you totally don't understand, but it does put a lot of money on the table, and most people do understand that. There's something here for beginners and plenty for the veterans, and that's why, we're really starting to catch the ear and the eyes of many of the people that have been around the block in this industry for a long time. Customer service, you always need support. They're prompt, informed, and courteous. Vance and also mentioned that to you. The shipping is quick. They pay weekly, which is nice because a lot of companies pay monthly, and it's a long time from month to month. But here you can get into a cycle really quickly and get paid weekly and on time, which is something that we didn't have with a company that I was previously with, and one of the reasons why I had left. Training and tools, and I know Vance, they shared a lot more information out there in regards to that, what we are going to have as Rain partners to move forward with this company in the coming months and years, and all that's just being further and further developed. The timing, which is a big issue for a lot of people, many people say, well, it's too late or it's too early, and there's good parts and bad parts. I mean, most of the people that say it's too early, they just don't want to go through the headaches and the possibility of not getting paid, the back orders on products, and, with the manufacturing facility being owned by the company, that's probably not going to be one of the issues. I mean, I just can't foresee that happening. And anything, modifications in the back office that need to be done, there's one of the other partners that's right there. But the timing in and of itself, if you look at the history of network marketing through the previous decades, the 70s, it was herbs, and through the 80s and 90s, pills. And one of the pills that really caught my attention, I believe it was in the late 90s, was a grapeseed extract called pycnogenol. And as Vance had very so adequately shared with you, that the grapeseed is one of the ingredients that we have. But this one particular product I know took 2 to 3 companies to multi-million dollars in sales, and it created a lot of millionaires, which is what many of these other market items did. Spray vitamins, essential oils, and of course through the 2000s it was pretty much the juices that took over. And if you think of it now, how many juices are there out there? I mean, I can name 5 of them right off the top of my head, but I don't need to do that. Many of you know who they are. They've been around a long time, but as I mentioned, they've done billions in sales, involved millions of people, and they've created hundreds of millionaires. And here we are with a relatively new company, 3 years old, but basically a startup in the United States. We're in the new category. We're first out of the gate, as Van had also mentioned, and a lot of people, talking about timing, I said, at the beginning they don't want to get involved, but they do, because that seems to be where the money is. The best time to get involved is when the pains are done in the beginning and the company is beginning to go into momentum, because the structure's in place, everything is ready to go, and then it's just time to just invite the masses to join you. And that's about where we are right now. We're just about to turn that corner. Everything's in place. The product, of course, is rock solid, and the testimonials are unbelievable. I'll share one of mine here with you just in a second or two. The company went through 40% growth in February, and I recall on a call I think I heard a week ago, they were on track to beat that through March, as of a couple weeks ago. But the thing about momentum, it's traditionally $50 million in annual sales where companies are considered to turn the corner. And if you don't understand what momentum is, if you've ever looked at a graph or a chart, you see this in a cycle of a company's growth, it's kind of a horizontal line with a little bit of a vertical slant to it. When a company hits momentum, it becomes much more vertical than horizontal, and that straight up run can go for many, many years, and we haven't even, barely turned that little blip yet. So the timing is just absolutely amazing. The market for the product, I'm looking at 27 things on a sheet of paper here that it addresses, and I think probably Vance learned about another 5 or 10 while he was out there this past weekend. And the biggest market, that I can see, and what I've had to deal with personally myself, is pain. And there was an article that came out not too long ago that there are 100 million pain sufferers just in the United States, and that's pain lasting more than 3 to 6 months. So just the market for pain is off the charts. But what are the side effects of the vast majority of products that these people are taking? I mean, they're over-the-counter things like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin, Celebrex and Bextra, I think, still have to be prescribed, but all the NSAIDs in general. If you want to go Google some things and look those things up and see how hazardous they are to your health, but they're still being prescribed. There was something on Fox News that came out not too long ago. Actually, I saw it on the Internet, but it was related to Fox, and they talked about the warnings that they were putting out to the medical community, particularly doctors, in over-prescribing acetaminophen because of the negative effects that it can have. But I mean, what this product has done for me, the most recent one, Vance had mentioned that I had surgery, and it happened to be on my wrist when I was, he pulled on it quite a bit. I was awake during the operation. I didn't really want to look at it, so I didn't. But I could feel him pulling and tugging. And when it was all said and done, he said, and I know him quite well anyway. He says, Rick, I beat you up pretty well. He says, what do you want for pain? Because it's definitely going to be sore. And I said, well, I'll probably just going to take Advil, but more than likely I got this other product that I've just started taking not too long ago, and I think I'm going to give that a shot. So what I did is I came home. I faithfully took a packet of Sol every 4 to 6 hours, as you normally would with Advil or ibuprofen or whatever they would prescribe, or other painkillers, God forbid. But and I had no pain for the 2 to 3, 4 days that I took it faithfully. I didn't even know that I had that incision on my wrist, other than the fact that I banged it once or twice, and I knew very well that I had something done there. And the most recent thing was only a couple months ago. I was had my physical in late December, and blood was found in my urine, so I wasn't quite sure what that meant. So I went through the battery of tests in which they knew kind of what they were looking for, I guess more than what I had assumed. But anyway, I had a kidney stone, and I've never had one before. I've heard horror stories of people that have had kidney stones, and just the thought of it terrified me. But when they did the CAT scan, I went to his office probably about half hour after they took the CAT scan, and he showed it to me, and it was at the bottom of my ureter, which is almost into your bladder. And just the fact that it was 7 millimeters, he looked at me and he said, well, what kind of pain have you been in? I said, no, I didn't even know that I had it until you told me, like right now. And so he gave me some medication to try to make it move a little fast, and totally pass it. So I took this medication. He said it'll probably take a couple of weeks for it to happen. But so I took the medication. In 3 days, I passed the stone, and I didn't even know that it had happened. It just felt a little funny, but no pain. And so, I talked to somebody a couple of weeks after that had happened, and he had a kidney stone, and he said it's the worst pain he's ever had in his entire life. And he said women in childbirth, at least they have something to show for when they're through with all that pain. He said, I have nothing to show for except for a lot of excruciating pain. So, I mean, this product is just doing wonderful things for everything. But in conclusion, let me kind of wrap it up here for you. 3-year-old company, as I mentioned, cash rich. Vance had elaborated on. These people are here, and they're willing to put their money on the table, and they have. The comp plan, there's many people that are saying it's the best they've ever seen, and there were, some serious people that had a hand putting this together. So again, you can check that out on your own. The support and training, obviously, top-notch. The product is the reason that most of us are here. Expanding in international markets, and I like to say it's really right now it's the perfect storm or the perfect scenario, if you prefer to put it that way. But again, thank you everyone for taking the time with us this evening. I would definitely encourage you to get back to the person who invited you here. You have nothing to lose. There's a 100% money-back guarantee. I would at least get a month's supply. Give it a shot. You're probably going to run out, so you may want to order a couple boxes. There's some bigger packages that the people that invited you here can definitely show you. That's a pretty good way to go, because once the word gets out in the area that you're in, a lot of people are going to want this. And the company is going to go, it's going to go to the top with or without us. So it doesn't matter if Vance or me or, Stephanie or Marilyn or any of the other people, the great people that are on the call with us this evening. It doesn't matter. They're going to just do it. And I know that I am going to be part of this. It's the best company I've ever been involved with in my 20-plus years. And I haven't said that before. I've come close, but I've never really had it in my heart. And I have it in my heart and in my head. So again, everybody, thanks. Get back to the person again, and you all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you down the road. Take care.